Okay, so that means the first answer is when things don't happen according to us. Okay, okay. Anyone else?
When
Prabhuji,
somebody
when we
shouts
don't
at
have
us,
any
Prabhuji.
control on our senses.
Kalyani Mataji says when we don't have control to our senses. Okay, Janvi Mataji.
When anybody shouts at us.
Okay, when anybody shouts at us, that means we don't want anyone to control us. Right? We don't want to act according to anybody. Anybody else? There are so many people I see. Sita Devi Mataji, Ruby Mataji, Ratnamala Mataji, Manju Mataji. What is this? SHA Shah Mataji.
Prabhuji, when we're not feeling well, we get irritated with everything and get angry.
Okay, when you're not feeling well, physically well, then you get irritated and get angry on people. So first of all, we should think anybody any other answers?
Prabhuji, when we are not able to control someone, like according to our will.
Yeah, so we want people to act according to us.
Yes.
Okay. So all these answers are good. So the first thing is, see, that's what Arjun is telling Krishna. In fact, asking, he's saying, Athaken prayokto ayam papam charati purushah anachanapi baladeva anachanapi varshanye baladi niyojitah. Arjun is asking, hey Lord Krishna, why is that? Anichanapi, without desire, without my will, without my want. Why is that? Varshanye baladiv niyojitah. That it seems that I tend to go for. It seems that some force is there by which I don't want to do it, but at the end I do it. Why is that? So in answer, Krishna says, Kama esha krodha esha rajogun samudva mahashano mahapapma vidye miha vairinam. Because of lust and anger, because of that mode of passion that is there, mode of ignorance that is there, tamogun, rajogun which is there, we tend to do this. Because as many Mataji said very correctly, that we tend to get angry because we always think that we are right and the whole world is wrong. Whatever we are thinking, whatever we are doing, as per our norms, as per our protocols, whatever actions we take, those are the best things. Those are the best that can be taken in the entire world. No other person can think the best. In fact, you see, in the devotee community also, suppose in a festival, if I am doing a specific thing and someone tells me, Prabhuji, you should not do like this. You see, I get angry because I never think that a particular thing which I am doing can also be done in some alternate ways. And this is where the actual reason lies, because that that what is that ahankar which is there inside us, that which tells us that you are, that in Hindi we say, right, ki I am the only one who stands tall and no one else is there. So like that, we think that I am something which anybody else cannot override. And that is where our mode of ignorance and passion comes. Because we think that we are some entity, we are an individual which should not be ridden by anyone, overridden by anyone else. And that is why when things don't happen according to us, we tend to get angry. That's why, and if you see, angry is a byproduct. The root is somewhere else. That's why I think you have read we have read in chapter 2 Bhagavad Gita. For example, when we have desire, and desire is the main cause of this anger, which is a byproduct. The other byproduct is uh, desire, greediness. When you have a desire and the desire gets fulfilled, the next step is you desire for more. That is greed. And when that desire doesn't get fulfilled, the another byproduct is getting angry, getting frustrated that why it is not happening. Because I wanted this to happen in this way, so this should happen in this way only. No other way is right. So this is where I know there is a very famous verse in Bhagavatam where it is said that Asha hi paramam dukham, nairashram hi paramam sukham. That expectation is the mother of grief. The more you expect, the more grief you are inviting to your life. That's why you become expectation less. You will see, you will never have grief. Where somebody comes, there is a now actually in Hindi that this specific topic is going on, Canto 4, where Lord Shankar was sitting and Daksh Prajapati comes into the court, and Lord Shankar doesn't stand up, and then a lot of hue and cry starts just for a small thing. Why Daksh Prajapati becomes angry? Because he had the desire in him that he should be respected by everyone in this world. See, at that point of time, he could have ignored saying that, okay, theek hai, my son, right? My son-in-law is like my son only. If my son did not do anything, okay, let's ignore, let's go ahead, no issues. So if he would have done in this way, the following chapters would have never come, right? You see, for a small desire, if you see in this entire character, for a small thing such named as desire, so many things were, exhausted. Daksh Prajapati's life was taken, Sati committed suicide, and Lord Shankar went into Samadhi. Everything, and there were, if you read in detail, there was so much hue and cry, so much of giving curses to each other, cutting heads of each other, and means it was like a small mini war. Just for a small thing that we had that intensity in us that we wanted respect from people. See, we narrate or we recite every now and then like that, that parrot, Amanina man dena kirtanya sadahari. We always tell, but that we never realize. Actually, that is the reason why, even though we chant, chanting is not is not reflecting in our life. Because the first condition that Chaitanya Mahaprabhu talks about before Kirtanya Sada Hari is Amanina Manadena. Don't expect for respect, but respect others. Amanina Manadena. Give respect to others. And then in this situation, when you will do Kirtanya Sada Hari, it will affect in your life. But we don't do, there's no effect on our life. You go and chanting for 64 rounds, 1 lakh, 2 lakh, 30, 100 lakhs, nothing is happening. Over the years, over 40 years, 50 years, just for a tag sake, we say, Prabhuji, I am from 30 years in ISKCON. Okay, good, thank you. But that 30 years is just of Shram Evahi Kevalam, nothing else. It's not happening anything in our life. So likewise, we should remember that till that day, we have expectations in our life. We have desire. We are hungry for respect. Till that day, this greed and anger will always be there. Because every time everything will not be fulfilled according to you, and then simultaneously, obviously, anger will come. And you have to face the anger with reactions and whatnot. Sometimes good and sometimes bad. Sometimes in your favor, sometimes not in your favor. So that is why when we lead our day, when we start our day, with by the grace of His Holiness Jayapataka Swami Maharaj in his directions, the great process that Anadi Prabhu started, that all the Vaishnavas, when they start a day, they should start a day with a verse of Bhagavad Gita. This is a great initiative that has been taken in our life, and we got it free of cost, sitting our home. There's nothing we have to do. We have to just sit and listen. Nothing else we are doing. So in this way, when we lead our life, when we realize our life, then only we will understand that all these things, getting angry, becoming greedy to this, that, having lusty desires, all these things will go only when we realize. It will not go by hearing or speaking or listening. Whatever you do is not happening. It will happen only when you think that you are not this body. And that is why after so many years of reading, listening, jumping, also we are still in that chapter 2 of Bhagavad Gita, that we are not this body, we are a soul. We have not able to understand that only. That is why all these anger, greed, lust, love, all these are just byproducts, nothing else. That is why we are getting angry, because we want that my desire, my instruction should get fulfilled. My instructions are, like the lines on the rock. They cannot be mitigated. They cannot be, washed away by anyone. But if someone comes and you see it getting washed, you get angry, you get frustrated. And then the entire community is not good. People are not good. This Mataji is not good. That Prabhuji is not good. So many things start appearing. So the main cause of anger is our expectation. And if you kill from the root, you will see if the root is gone, the tree, the fruits, the flowers, they automatically go. You don't have to worry about them. So in our life, you have to understand that if you want to control this anger, what we have to do is we have to understand our situation. Jiver Swarup hoy Krishner Nitya Das. We tell, we hear, we enjoy, but we don't realize. And days and nights and years passes on. We have to understand that we are here not to be served. We are here to serve. Right? But we think that, okay, everyone is calling Prabhuji and Mataji. But we only seldom, very rare times we say, okay, I am Param Dham Das. Das we always forget. Only Prabhuji we remember. Because Prabhuji and Mataji are the words which are, pronounced so many times. So we start also thinking that we are only Prabhuji. No one else is Prabhuji. I am the only one. So in this way, if we lead our life, see, that's why I always tell that spiritual life is a very personal life. And the worst part of this is it is not visible. See, what I am thinking at present, what are my desires, what are my intentions of taking this class? Do you know? No one knows. Maybe I want to take this class because so that I get a name and fame. People, so that people would, in the background, people should tell, "Arey, Prabhuji is taking so good class, so great class." Maybe that is my intention, right? So this intention matters. All other things doesn't matter at all. Because with this intention only, Krishna gets attracted. Whatever is your intention, whatever you are desiring for internally, Krishna in the form of Paramatma who is sitting internal to us, he is seeing all these things, all those intensities, and all your actions and reactions, he doesn't care. What you are doing, what not, those are just time pass. Shram eva hi kevalam. So until and unless our intentions are very crystal clear, till that moment, you have to suffer. Whether, if not today, then tomorrow. That's why in Bhagavatam, Krishna says very beautifully this verse about the devotees. It's not about the people, those who are not devotee. Krishna is saying, Titikshya karunik karunya maitriya cha akhila jantasu samatvena cha sarvatma bhavan samprasidati. That Krishna becomes very much happy by those devotees who have titiksha. Titiksha means patience, karunya, compassion, maitriya, have a good relationship. When you have, and how you should have these things, samatvena cha sarvatma. Samatvena means in a equal order, not with partial, not being partial, with an equal order, and cha sarvatma, with everyone, not within a particular, okay, I can get some privileges from him. Let me be very good to him. Oh, she is not good, she is useless, let me ignore. If this type of versatile attitude if we have, we will never flourish in our spiritual life. That's why I think sometime back in Hindi class, someone was asking, Prabhuji, we are chanting, we are reading, we are doing everything, but why is that that climax situation in our life with Krishna is not coming, that that bondage thing is not coming. I said, you are doing everything, but for what you are doing, if you are not aware, then all you are doing is just a waste. That's why in our Shastras, in our scriptures, the essence of reading Vedas are only three. One is to know the relationship. Second thing is, when you knew the relation, how to serve the relation. Sambandh, prayojan, abhideh. And at the end, what is the other end? One is to know the relation, to serve the relation,
And to reach the
anyone,
goal.
and to reach the goal. So until and unless we know all the steps, how to acquire these three steps, we will never be able to fulfill our actions. And if we are stuck with all these, getting angry, getting Prabhuji, Kalyani Mataji told me that day, I didn't like good. In all these emotions and commotions, we just fly away. Then our spiritual life is left behind lot back. We'll never be able to go ahead in our spiritual life. That's why getting angry, feeling good, feeling bad. She did good, she did bad. All these things we should overcome, and we can only overcome when we think that what is our constitutional position, as Srila Prabhupada always said, that we should always think ourselves as servants of Krishna's devotees. And till that day, we think we make ourselves as devotees only, not for on pen and paper and just for sake of telling and hearing. It will not affect us. That's why this you see another pastime in Bhagavatam where Dhruv Maharaj gets very angry just for getting as his brother Uttam got killed, and his cousin brother got killed. So he gets angry, so much angry that he starts killing all those yakshas. He starts killing, and till that moment of time that Manu comes, he doesn't get pacified. But when Manu comes and when he tries to make him understand, boss, whatever you have done, that is too much. But now stop, because too many people got killed by you. So then he stops killing. So you see, anger is such a thing in which no one benefits in life. Neither the reaction party nor the action party. No one benefits. There is always a loss which is always associated with anger. That's why, whether in terms of relationship, whether it's professional or personal, you will see always there that guilt will always be left behind if we have an attitude of getting angry every now and then. So for example, see, in your house, for example, some guests come, okay, and along with them, their children also comes. So you have a very precious glass, which is which you bought from market and which was very like limited and which was not available. Maybe you were trying to get that from many days and you were not able to get somehow. But now somehow you got to know, you got it, and you have kept it in your showcase or place where it is visible and looks beautiful and all those things. So now when in your family that your family friends have come, they have children, their children are playing, and somehow that their hand gets to that place and that entire glass comes down. It's gone, boom. Huh? So now just think one thing, that you might get angry on them and shout and yell and howl and do everything. But think one thing, that it might have happened. What would you have done if your children would have done it? Or leave about your children as well. What we would have done if by mistake, while wiping, sweeping, cleaning, if by our hand only it would have come down, and it has happened, right? Mothers would have experienced that, when you are cooking in kitchen, sometimes cups are there, glasses are there, and sometimes you move here and there and by hand, or somehow it gets touched and it goes down and breaks. What do? You just pick up and throw it in the dustbin, because at that point there's no one in front of you to show anger and to show your frustration. Just very similar, when at times when we are eating, you cut your own tongue yourself. Then what do? Do you break your teeth? No, right? We just take it as, just a simple action, and we say, okay, it has happened. We cannot do anything. Okay, let's go ahead. So likewise, when we think that, see, whatever has to happen, that's why Goswamiji says, Ram kinah chahi, Ram kinah chahi soy hoi, karai अन्यथा as nahi koi. Ki whatever is destined to happen, that will only happen. Whether after that you do whatever hook or crook, it's not going to happen. So we have to understand this, that whatever has happened in past, whatever is happening, whatever will happen, those are all fixed. We are just playing a drama, nothing else. The stage master has already set the time, ki boss, your acting time is 1 minute. So you have to act for 1 minute only, nothing more than that. If you act more than that, then you will see. And you cannot act, in fact. So likewise, Krishna has set the timer for every one of us. Some 20, 30, 40, that's it. After that, we are gone. So let's not think that, we want to conquer the whole world in this mere 20, 30 years of age of life. And in that also, half of the life we are sleeping on the bed, nothing else. Because half our life goes in, as Bhaktivinoda Thakur says, Micho Nidra Bose Gelore Rati, Sharira Divasa Saje. So this is also applied for Ekadashi. Don't waste your day just adorning your body, that this powder, that powder, this lipstick, that scent, that perfume, that this and that. Just leave your body. That's why if we think that this body only belongs to Krishna, that's why Chaitanya Mahaprabhu told Raghunath Das Goswami that you are not entitled to commit suicide. And Raghunath Das Goswami was surprised. Why am I not entitled? This is my body, this is my life, I can commit suicide. So, Sanatan Goswami told Raghunath Das Goswami. He said, you cannot commit a suicide because this body of yours doesn't belong to you. This belongs to Krishna. And you have already surrendered this to Krishna, and because of which, after getting instructions from Chaitanya Mahaprabhu from Puri, you have come to Vrindavan. So now it cannot be that you go to the Govardhan hill and you stand on top of that and jump from there. It cannot be. Now you have to use this body to serve Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. When Sanatan Goswami told Raghunath Das Goswami, then he understand, okay, bhai, what is my position? In this way, if we really understand our position, you will see, you will never get angry. I was not aware, just because for this class we were discussing in the background and a lot of things were going on. So somebody was angry on me so much, and I didn't say anything. I said, bhai, I have whatever instructions I have got, I'm just executing. I don't know in and out of that. If you tell, I will go ahead. If you tell not to do, I will not do it. And believe me that almost after 10 minutes, I was flying on the sky with those statements, just because why this session should not be there, just because of this. I was also surprised why so much of obsession with a session. Sessions keep on happening, and if time permits, will happen. If time doesn't permit, will not happen. Right? So this happens when we get engrossed with too much of a mode of passion, and that's why not only on Ekadashi, on all our days, we should be very strict. We should be very careful with what we are eating, because with only those grains, the mode of passion, the mode of ignorance, the mode of goodness arises in ourselves. One devotee had come from Bangalore only, so they stayed in our house here in Vrindavan. So I told my wife, ki bhai, make breakfast and you come out of kitchen and let Mataji go in, and she let her cook whatever she wants. So at the end, Mataji told Prabhuji, do you have chili flakes? I just need a little bit. I told Mataji, in my house there is no chili flakes only. We don't use at all, because chili flakes are not at all good for health. It is the symbol of mode of ignorance. And the more chili flakes you have in your items that we eat, the more angry we become by internally, and just that situation is we are waiting for. When that situation comes, we get triggered off. In when I was in Hyderabad, we went for a corporate travel for to Akshay Patra. So there was a lady who was sharing showing us very all the things, all the go downs, this that machinery, how they cook and how they deliver and how they pack everything. So at that time, actually in ISKCON, my entire life went in kitchen only. So in Hyderabad also, I was the in charge of my kitchen. So as soon as I entered, the first thing that I did, I threw the chili flakes, chili packets, the powder, everything, 100%. There's no place for chili powders in kitchen. There should not be, in fact. So, so I asked that lady, ki, everything is fine, but when you are saying that you cook in the mode of goodness and everything is sattvic according to Ayurveda, this that she talked a lot about on that day. So I told that, see, in your go down, I saw there was a sack full of chili powder, but chili powder, according to Ayurveda, is a mode of passion and ignorance. When you cook, that means there is no mode of goodness in this, in the food that we are cooking. So again, but that lady had also a good reason why they are putting, because in Andhra, especially in South India part of the country, people are habituated of eating chili, and that chili flavor, they without that food doesn't go in. So she said that, see, if you don't put chili, the children, those who are habituated of having of that taste only, they will never eat. So whatever we cook, it will just go for a waste. So that's a different reason. But when you are in the devotee community, you should understand that all these small things really matter, because these small additions will pile up internally in us, and just a trigger is required. And that trigger when comes to our life, and then we explode. So just to avoid that explosion in our life, we should be very careful with what we are eating. I remember when when I was in Bangalore, so we used to eat at the end as I was in kitchen. So we used to end. So one Prabhuji was there. Many devotees used to complain against that Prabhuji, but that Prabhuji is very good, because our devotees also become like non-devotees when the time comes for prasadam, that people will come at the last but they want the front row, people will come at the last but they want the first position in the queue. They are never ready to compromise. All philosophies and all those things are only valid till the temple hall area. When they come to prasadam area, all philosophies are gone. All nothing is required. You wait. That's why one day, I think, I don't know in which situation, Mahananda Prabhu was taking a class. So he said that he was talking about wastage of food. I told, our devotees are wasting prasad. That's why we don't get the essence of eating prasad. We eat every day without onion garlic, but that essence, that flavor of prasadam never comes to our life. Why? Because we don't consider it prasad. Otherwise, if we are considering that as prasad, you should, everyone should, I don't know whether we have experienced or not, we would have seen the plate of Anadi Jagannath Prabhu. By the time he completes, it was like that plate had nothing on it. It was complete, as washed as it was when it was actually washed. He used to eat like that. So that is what prasadam is. But we never think, okay, especially when you stand near the drum where where they put after whatever the left out is. If you tell a devotee that, Prabhuji, you should not throw prasad, then you see the anger. We are talking about anger, right? You see the anger that comes out at that point of time. We forget all the Vaishnav devotees, Vaishnav qualities, and this, that, all philosophies are gone for that particular moment of time. That, hey, don't teach me. I know everything. So that feelings comes in our life. So that is why, and I have seen, when in Sheshadripuram, there's a great craze, means so much craze for that chili pakoda. And one Prabhuji used to keep 2 chili pakodas for me at the end. I used to tell him, Prabhuji, I don't want to eat this. I don't like. You go give to someone else. There are so many people hungry and hankering for this chili pakoda. Why are you keeping for me? I don't want to eat. Because at that time, at times it used to happen that there is nothing else only apart from dal and rice. So we used to have that, everyone in kitchen. So we used to have that only. We in our luck, our luck used to be tough on those days. So we didn't used to get anything. So that is fine. See, we have to be very careful. We have to use our intelligence with by what we are eating. Until and unless we eat sattvic food, eh, for many years, the mode of ignorance and mode of passion which is there in our life, which is there in our lifestyle, from before we came to ISKCON and started following or started chanting, those things will not get vanished so easily. Believe me, they will not get vanished. And that is the reason why after 10 years, 20 years also, we are just stuck with the same old routine, rotten topics that see, he is doing like that, he is doing like that, she is not good, this, that, all, we are there only. We are doing everything, but our position is that old position only. That's why we have to, decorate our life in such a way that Krishna can also see us. But we decorate our life with this anger, greed, lust, and all action and reactions. And there are a lot of things that can be told. But until as we get washed with all these things, anger, greed, and all these things will stay with us until as we tend to leave them. That's why we have to be very careful with our actions, with our daily actions, not only on Ekadashi or Dwadashi or whatever it is, on our daily actions. That's why I'm saying, see, your relation with Krishna is always personal. And whether I am a devotee or not, it is decided when I am isolated, when I am alone. Then only it is decided whether you are a true devotee or not. Otherwise, for namesake, for showing off, the whole world is there. So if you know you are a devotee and Krishna knows, because the foremost conclusion is that Krishna gets to know. That is our essence. If Krishna gets to know, and apart from that, the whole world doesn't know, doesn't matter. And believe me, there are so many people, even till date. I was just telling my wife one thing. I on every Ekadashi day, I go somewhere to do this entire night out. Okay, there is an entire film, super duper film. We see from the actual film starts from 12 o'clock night to 4. So whatever it is. So I was telling my wife, see, this person, if he wants, he can build a bungalow for him. But he has a small hut, not well structured, not well constructed. Means somehow it is there. But even then, in that broken hut also, even the chief minister of Uttar Pradesh goes in, because he doesn't care who is coming, who is not coming. You come, very good. You don't come, then also he's happy. He is not worried about you. So this way, you can create a relationship with Krishna. And believe me, I was hearing sometime back, someone was telling about that person that he is irritated now that so many people are coming, that he is telling, don't come. I'm good. I'm all, everything is there. But people are supplying so much amount of food, so much of this and that, that it becomes at times difficult to handle. So that's why if Krishna is happy, believe me, the whole world will come to you automatically. And if Krishna is not happy, whatever you do, whatever big slogans, whatever big classes you do, nothing is going to happen. That's why the only person who is there in our life whom we have to impress is Krishna himself. And if once that is done, everything is done and we don't have to do anything else. That's why control your emotions, control your commotions, control your frustrations. There is nothing to be frustrated if we know the essence that whatever has to happen, it will happen. Nothing will happen on my will. It is happening on his will. If we understand this philosophy, this concept, and if we apply in our life, there is no point of getting angry on anyone. Okay. So with this, I think it's a bit time. So it's already 8 o'clock. So with this, I conclude. If any Shri Prabhu or any Mataji or Prabhuji want to add anything, they can please continue. Or if anyone wants to ask anything, they can. Okay, Prabhu. Hare Krishna. Anand Rupa Prabhu, I think we are good to, stop the recording.